Hello everyone, this is Noor welcoming you all to my channel Likely Noor. I carry 6+ years of corporate experience, and in this channel I talk about IT news and updates, job and interview tips, life and lifestyle lessons. So if you are interested in any of these, consider subscribing to my channel. I have been taking interviews from at least last 4 years, and I can tell you that there are few things on the CV which instantly turns off an interviewer. Hence in this video I am going to discuss top 5 mistakes which you should avoid in your CV if you don't want to get rejected. But before getting into it, smash that like button if you like watching me speak. Alright, let's get started. Point number 1, do not skip about you section or about me section. About you is the first section in your CV after your name and contact details. Let's take the example of your Instagram bio. If someone visits your profile and they find your bio is blank or it is filled with some random emoticons, then 90% of the people will skip your page. So the moral of the story is, do not leave this section blank and use it appropriately. When you write an Instagram bio for yourself, how carefully you search for those unique words to describe yourself and those unique emoticons to describe yourself. So treat about you section in the resume in a similar way, of course in a more professional manner. I have seen CV where it is just written, I'm an engineer and I aspire to work for an MNC. So what? The other thousands of applicants also want to do the same. So what differentiates you from others? So use this section to stand out and give a glimpse about your career journey in 3 to 4 lines. I've seen in few CVs where people have given a header as career objective to this section. While giving a heading like career objective might not be completely wrong, but I think it is suboptimal because career objective is a part of this section. About me section should ideally cover your total years of experience, few technologies on which you have worked on, couple of skills, and then your aspirations in brief. It should be of 3 to 4 lines. Second mistake which I often found in the CV is missing achievements. I find in most of the CVs that people lift and shift the job responsibilities and their day-to-day tasks into the CV, which is an essential part of course. However, interviewer is looking for your achievements in particular, and most of the people miss this point. So add a different section apart from your job responsibilities and name it to be achievement, and it is recommended that you add at least couple of achievements from each of your previous organizations if you have worked for multiple companies. Another point to remember over here is, while adding the achievements, please quantify it using the numbers. That you have scaled the productivity of the team by XX%, that you have generated YY crore or YY lakh sales or revenue for the company, or you have overachieved your target or SLA by ZZ%. So any achievement which you quote, please quantify it with a number. Any claims without a number is a bluff which you should avoid. Third is too long or too short CV. Your CV should be informative, precise and to the point. I find in most of the CVs that people lift and shift the job responsibilities and their day-to-day tasks into the CV, making the CV very bulky. Like I have mentioned in the previous point, that your job responsibilities are essential, but your focus should be more towards what you have done. The interviewer is interested to know what you have done and not what your team does. So avoid using long paragraphs because it makes your CV so cumbersome to read. On the other hand, I have seen CVs of some freshers which is just half a page. When I ask them, they say that I'm just a fresher, I don't have anything to write, hence my CV is just half a page. And my answer to them is, you might be a fresher in the professional world, but you are there on this world from 20+ years. You must have done something. So write about your education, write about your extracurricular activities, write about your projects, write about your hobbies. So whatever you have done or whatever interests you, write about that. But after listening to me, don't just go and fill your CV just for the sake of doing it. Let's follow a rule of thumb: 0 to 7 years, 1 page of CV. And if your experience is more than 7 years, then I don't think you need my advice. You would have already figured it out. Fourth point is formatting. People tend to focus more on the material and less on the formatting. Material is important, but formatting is as important as your material. Let's take an example. You go to a restaurant which serves really tasty food, but they serve you curry spread across on a plate and chapatis folded and squeezed into a small bowl. How much ever tasty the food would be, it would be really difficult for you to consume it. So formatting plays a similar role. It helps your content consumable. Even if you have the strongest and most relevant skill set, but if your CV is not formatted correctly, the font is not legible, the margins are not uniform, then it is not consumable and it will not attract the recruiter. There are just couple of things you need to take care of. Use a formal font like Arial Black or Times New Roman. My personal favorite is Calibri, of course, because of the Amazon effect. Try to keep the font size between 10 to 12. That's the most professionally used font size. Also use the same font throughout your CV. Although for headlines you can try increasing the font by 1 or bold it, or you can use italics also to highlight some of the keywords. Using these things actually enhances the reading experience, but don't try to change the font even for the headlines. You can change the font size instead. Fifth is correct grammar and spellings. I know this is the most basic thing and the most basic expectation from a CV, but trust me, this is the most common mistakes I find on the CV. I'm not going to give you any tip how to improve your spellings or grammar, but I would just say one thing. Even in this world of autocorrect and AI, where ChatGPT can literally write anything and everything for you, if you're doing this mistake, then your CV deserves no place than the trash bin. It gives a very bad impression to the interviewer that you are an irresponsible person because you don't give attention to details. You are careless because you have not put any effort in doing a proofread of your CV. And the worst thing, the recruiter will think that you are not tech savvy because you could not use the technology to optimize these minor tasks for you. With this, we come to the end of the video. Hope this video was informative. If yes, then hit that like button so that it helps the video reach to the larger audience, and share this video with the relevant audience. Consider subscribing to my channel if you like my content. Thank you so much for watching me. I'll see you all in my next video. Until then, good luck and stay tuned.